Have you ever felt like life has been testing you in ways that others don't seem to understand? Like every challenge, every setback, and every moment of doubt wasn't just random, but part of a greater design? What if those sleepless nights, unanswered questions, and relentless battles weren't signs of failure, but proof of something greater, something extraordinary? Here's the truth. You've been walking a path that only a select few are destined to travel. Whether you realized it or not, you've been passing through a secret test, one designed by the universe itself to reveal those who are truly chosen. Every disappointment that forced you to dig deeper, every betrayal that made you see people for who they really are, and every moment you questioned why you kept going when the odds were stacked against you, all of it was part of a hidden blueprint. It wasn't meant to break you, it was meant to refine you. And now, as the smoke clears and the puzzle pieces start falling into place, you're on the brink of something incredible. The universe doesn't make mistakes. It recognizes those who rise above the noise, those who refuse to crumble under the weight of doubt and fear. And if you're here, hearing these words, it's no coincidence. The tests you faced weren't just obstacles, they were gateways. And now, your reward is closer than ever before. You're about to step into a reality that's been waiting for you all along. Are you ready to claim it? Drop a comment saying, "I am ready." Before we dive in, I need your help. My videos have been facing challenges, reaching those who resonate with this wisdom. If you find value here, please hit like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps keep this message alive. The unseen test, how it's designed for you. The unseen test that the chosen ones undergo is intricately designed, not random or coincidental. Each challenge is uniquely crafted for an individual, shaped by their strengths, weaknesses, and even the untapped potential within them. Life doesn't simply throw hurdles at them out of chance. Every difficulty is a carefully chosen experience, aimed at unlocking something greater within. Like a master craftsman chiseling away at a block of marble, the test is a slow process of refinement, revealing the form beneath the surface. Every challenge, no matter how difficult or confusing, has a purpose. It is meant to carve out the hidden abilities that are waiting to be discovered. These tests don't follow a standard blueprint. They are personal, specific to the individual, like a tailor who measures their client to make a suit that fits perfectly. What one person faces may look entirely different from the next, because their life path, their lessons, and their struggles are unlike anyone else's. For some, this might mean being tested in their relationships, learning how to trust, forgive, and open up. For others, the test may come in the form of failure, forcing them to learn how to rise stronger after every setback. Life seems to know exactly what a person needs to face at the right moment, pushing them in directions they might not have chosen, but ultimately forcing growth in areas they might have never expected. Challenges emerge, not just to challenge a person's strength or resilience, but to focus on their very core. The test is designed to unearth the fears and insecurities that often lie hidden, waiting for the right opportunity to be confronted. Someone who is terrified of rejection might find themselves thrust into situations where they must face it repeatedly. Rather than this being a punishment, it's the universe's way of pushing them to recognize their own value despite the outside world's judgments. A person who is afraid of failure might face situations that demand they fail, only to teach them the deeper truth that failure is a stepping stone, not a dead end. Every difficulty in this test is a mirror, reflecting back the parts of ourselves that we need to overcome or embrace. As the test unfolds, The challenges adapt. It's not a one-size-fits-all ordeal. Just as a teacher knows when to give a student more difficult material to encourage growth, the test evolves as the person grows. It begins to shift and stretch, moving in rhythm with the individual's development. If a person masters one lesson, the test doesn't remain static. It adapts to the new strengths and awareness that have been uncovered. It's like a series of levels in a game, where each new phase is harder but more rewarding, challenging the individual in ways they hadn't anticipated. What once seemed like an insurmountable challenge is now a tool for even greater self-discovery. Throughout this process, it's easy to think that these tests are simply about hardship, but in truth, they are about transformation. They are the constant, often subtle adjustments made by life to ensure that the person is prepared for the mission they are meant to fulfill. Each challenge serves as a building block, helping the individual align more closely with their purpose. Even if the path seems unclear or difficult to navigate, there's an invisible thread pulling them forward, ensuring that every step is part of a greater design. The role of isolation in your journey. The journey of the chosen one often feels like a solitary path, one that distances them from others in ways that are both profound and challenging. In many ways, this isolation isn't about being abandoned or forgotten. Rather, it is a necessary part of the process. Think of it like a seed being buried deep in the soil before it can sprout and grow. In this darkness, the seed is not alone. It is simply in the place it needs to be in order to undergo transformation. The same goes for those on this unique path. While they may feel disconnected from the world, the isolation they experience is an essential step in their growth. This solitude is not a punishment, but an invitation. It allows for a deeper connection with oneself, a chance to look inward without the noise and distractions of the outside world. In a world constantly buzzing with the demands and opinions of others, it's easy to lose sight of one's own desires and intentions. Solitude serves as a mirror, reflecting back the parts of ourselves that are often overlooked. When there are no external voices to listen to, the only sound left is your own. This is when the internal wisdom begins to surface, a quiet yet profound knowing that guides you toward your true purpose. Just as an artist spends hours alone in their studio, refining their craft away from the world's distractions, the chosen one must also spend time in solitude to refine their inner world. The process might feel lonely, even painful at times, but it is through this solitude that they begin to understand who they truly are, separate from the expectations and influences around them. This phase is about shedding the layers that were never truly theirs to begin with. It's about breaking free from the roles they've been forced to play and stepping into their authentic self. During this time, the distractions of life begin to fade. People may drift away, relationships might shift, and old habits could start to fall apart. At first, this might feel like loss, but in reality, it is the universe clearing away everything that is not aligned with the chosen one's higher path. The noise of the world begins to quiet down, leaving only what is essential. It's similar to when a painter clears their canvas before starting a new masterpiece. Only the most important strokes are needed to create something meaningful. Isolation also fosters independence. In the absence of constant external validation or advice, the chosen one is forced to rely on their own instincts and judgments. Every decision, big or small, must come from within, and this develops an inner strength that cannot be found by leaning on others. It's like learning to walk without holding on to the railing. You gain balance and confidence with each step. The more a person learns to trust themselves, the less they need approval or direction from the outside world. Though it may feel uncomfortable at times, this isolation is not a punishment. It is a gift. It is the space in which a person is able to grow into who they are truly meant to be, free from distractions and external pressures. It is in this space of solitude that they can hear their inner voice clearly, allowing them to step forward into their purpose with newfound clarity and strength. How energies around you shift after passing. When you pass the unseen test that life sets for you, there is an undeniable shift in the energy around you. It's not just an internal change, it affects everything in your surroundings too. Much like a stone dropped into a still pond, the ripples of your transformation spread outward, subtly altering the flow of life. Before this shift, your energy may have been like a quiet stream, meandering and gentle. But once you pass the test, that stream turns into a river, flowing with purpose and power, carrying you toward a new reality. It's as if your very presence begins to radiate a different frequency, one that attracts both new opportunities and new challenges. People around you begin to notice this change, whether they're aware of it or not. Those who are aligned with your energy feel drawn to you, while those whose energy no longer matches yours might start to drift away. The shift in your vibration is like the movement of the seasons. Just as autumn brings the shedding of leaves, passing the test causes certain connections to fall away. People you once felt close to may start to feel distant, or relationships that once felt natural may become strained. This isn't a sign of failure, but a natural consequence of the change that's happening within you. As you grow and evolve, so too does your ability to attract those who resonate with your new self. It's like a gardener tending to a plant. Once it outgrows its pot, it's time to move to a new space where it can continue to thrive. On the other hand, you may also notice that some people's behavior toward you changes in more obvious ways. Some will celebrate your transformation, sensing the new energy and wanting to be a part of it. These are the people who are aligned with your growth and who offer support, encouragement, and love. It's as though they're attracted to the warmth of your light, recognizing that you're no longer the same person they once knew. They may see you as someone who has unlocked new levels of wisdom, confidence, or clarity, and they want to learn from you or stand by your side. However, not everyone will react positively. As your vibration rises, it can also stir up resistance from those who are not yet ready to undergo the same growth. Some may feel threatened by your newfound energy, and their behavior may become more critical, dismissive, or even hostile. This can be unsettling, especially when it comes from people you care about. The shift in energy can be like a magnet, attracting both metal and dust. It pulls in what's aligned with it, but also stirs up what isn't. Negative reactions are not a reflection of your worth. They're a sign that your presence is challenging the comfort zones of others. Just as a bright light can make shadows more noticeable, your rise in vibration may highlight areas of discomfort in others, causing them to react in ways that seem out of place. This brings us to the concept of light attracting darkness. As you grow spiritually and energetically, your light becomes brighter, and this inevitably attracts those who are struggling with their own darkness. Think of it like a lighthouse guiding ships at sea. Its light is meant to show the way, but it also attracts the attention of those who are lost. People who are stuck in their own unresolved issues or negative energies might feel drawn to you, even though they are not ready to confront their own shadows. This is often the point where it's easy to feel overwhelmed or tempted to dim your light. But, as a chosen one, Your responsibility is to shine brighter, not to shrink away from the darkness. Maintaining your light while navigating these energies requires strength and grounding. Just as a tree stands firm against the wind, you must stay rooted in your own truth and purpose. This is when it becomes essential to protect your energy, ensuring that you do not absorb the negativity that is sent your way. Grounding practices, such as meditation, time spent in nature, or simply taking moments to check in with yourself, can help you maintain your balance. Imagine your energy as a bright candle flame. If you let the wind blow too strongly, it may flicker or go out. But when you anchor yourself, the flame burns steadily, no matter how strong the wind becomes. Staying grounded also means recognizing that you are not responsible for changing others. You may want to help those who are caught in their darkness, but it's important to remember that each person's journey is their own. Just as a flower doesn't need to push the soil to grow, you do not need to force others to change in response to your energy. Instead, your role is to shine, to be a living example of what it means to pass the test and to embrace your highest self. By remaining steadfast in your energy, you allow others to see that change is possible, but you also free yourself from the burden of trying to change people who are not ready to change. Ultimately, the energy shift you experience after passing the test is both a blessing and a challenge. While it opens doors to new opportunities and aligns you with people who truly resonate with your growth, it also brings to the surface those who are not ready to face their own transformation. Recognizing this dynamic allows you to navigate the complexities of your new energy with grace and confidence. By staying grounded in your truth, you can remain a beacon of light without allowing the shadows to dim your shine. The power of surrender. When you stopped fighting the test, the moment of surrender marks a profound turning point in the journey of the chosen one. It is when the internal struggle, the constant battle to force things into alignment, finally comes to an end. This moment is not about giving up or resigning in defeat. Rather, it is the exact opposite. It's the moment when you stop fighting against what is, stop pushing against the current, and allow yourself to be carried by it. Imagine standing at the edge of a river, with your feet planted firmly in the sand, trying to hold the water back with your hands. The more you struggle, the more the river fights you. But the moment you let go, you float freely, effortlessly, moving with the flow, rather than against it. Surrender, in this sense, is a powerful release, a letting go of the need to control everything. This moment of surrender is the key turning point in passing the test. Until that moment, the chosen one might be stuck in a cycle of resistance, where each challenge feels like an uphill battle. They might try to force things to go their way, fighting against situations, people, or their own feelings. But as long as they fight, the test only drags on. Resistance prolongs the process, keeps them stuck in a loop where growth feels hard, slow, and exhausting. It's like trying to walk against a strong wind. Each step takes immense effort, and progress feels slow or even impossible. The harder you try to push through, the harder the wind pushes back. The more you resist, the more energy you expend, and the less you move forward. However, when you release that resistance and surrender to the process, everything shifts. Trust becomes the key. Trust that you are where you need to be. Trust that the test is happening for you, not to you. This trust isn't passive. It's an active decision to believe that the path unfolding is the right one, even if you can't see the end goal. Just as a tree trusts the seasons to bring change, you must trust that each step of the journey is moving you toward a greater purpose. It's the trust in yourself, in the wisdom you have gained, and in the understanding that the struggles you faced have not been in vain. When you let go of the need to control every aspect of your life, you make room for alignment to occur. Trust accelerates alignment in a way that resistance never can. The more you allow yourself to flow with the journey, the more you align with your true purpose. This alignment isn't something you can force into existence. It happens naturally when you stop trying to manipulate every situation, every outcome. It's like a puzzle. When you try to force pieces together that don't fit, you only create frustration. But when you allow each piece to fall into place on its own, the picture begins to take shape effortlessly. Surrender is what allows the pieces of your life to fall together. There's a paradox within surrender. It may seem counterintuitive, but it is in letting go that you gain control. This might sound like a contradiction. How can letting go give you control? But think of it like this. When you're gripping something too tightly, you lose your ability to move freely. Your hands become tense, and your grip weakens over time. The more you let go, the more you find that you can hold on to what matters most: your peace, your clarity, and your inner strength. The act of releasing control gives you control over your energy, your actions, and your reactions. It's like holding a delicate flower. If you clutch it too tightly, you crush it. But when you hold it gently, you protect it, allowing it to bloom and grow. In the process of surrender, you are not abandoning your goals or desires. Rather, you are releasing the need to dictate every step of the journey. You are acknowledging that some things are beyond your control, and that's okay. The power comes from choosing to trust the process, knowing that you are being guided to exactly where you need to be. It's not about passive acceptance, but about an active decision to step back and allow life to unfold naturally. Like a river finding its course, you too will find your way when you stop forcing it and simply trust the flow. When you surrender, you open up the space for miracles to occur. The things you once struggled with now seem to fall into place without the effort. It's not that life becomes easy, but the resistance fades, and with it, the weight of constant struggle. The test may still be difficult, but it's no longer a burden to bear. It's a path to walk with grace and ease. You will still face challenges, but you will meet them with a sense of calm, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. In surrender, you discover a quiet power, a strength that comes from trusting the journey, from allowing yourself to be guided by something greater than your own will. Unexpected tools and allies revealed through the test. Throughout the test, there is a subtle yet powerful unfolding of resources and allies that you never expected to find. It's as if life, knowing that you have persevered through difficulty, begins to reveal treasures hidden just out of sight, waiting for you to discover them. These are not random occurrences, but the universe's way of rewarding your persistence and faith. Like a key that opens a door you didn't know existed, these unexpected tools and allies suddenly appear, often when you least expect them, but exactly when you need them. One of the most profound revelations during this time is the discovery of inner gifts that were always there, but not yet recognized. Perhaps you've always been someone who doubted their abilities, or maybe you've never seen yourself as capable of something certain. But as you move through the test, something within you awakens. It could be a newfound confidence, a creative ability you never explored, or an emotional strength that allows you to face life's challenges with resilience. These gifts may not have been visible before because they needed the right conditions to emerge. Just as a seed needs the right environment of soil, water, and sunlight to sprout, your inner gifts needed the right moment of challenge to be revealed. When the test pushes you past your limits, it forces you to tap into resources you didn't know you had. These hidden strengths and talents were always within you, just waiting for the right time to be activated. Alongside these inner gifts, mentors or guides often appear when you least expect them, offering wisdom, support, and encouragement. These mentors may not always look like the traditional idea of a teacher or guru. Sometimes they are ordinary people who cross your path at just the right moment, offering insights that help you navigate through the test. They may appear as strangers, friends, or even people you have known for a long time but never saw in the light of a mentor before. Their guidance often comes in subtle ways: an offhand comment, a piece of advice, or even a shared experience. At times, they may challenge you in ways that feel uncomfortable, but ultimately, their role is to help you grow and expand. These mentors are not coincidences. They are the universe's way of ensuring you have the support and guidance necessary to continue your journey. They appear when you've demonstrated the commitment to the path, ready to offer insights that bring clarity and perspective. The test also opens the door to new opportunities, doors you didn't know were there. These opportunities often seem to appear out of nowhere, like a path clearing ahead of you when you thought you had reached a dead end. A job opportunity, a collaboration, or a connection with someone who shares your vision may suddenly emerge, providing the perfect next step in your journey. These opportunities often feel serendipitous, but in reality, they are the result of your alignment and perseverance. As your vibration changes and your energy becomes more aligned with your purpose, the world around you responds, offering the right opportunities at the right time. It's as if the universe has been waiting for you to reach a certain point of readiness before it presents these chances for growth. Just like an artist finds inspiration in unexpected places, you'll find that new opportunities surface when you're least expecting them, but most ready to embrace them. What makes these tools, gifts, mentors, and opportunities so powerful is that they are not random accidents. They are the rewards for your persistence, your willingness to keep going despite the challenges. Life doesn't just hand out these blessings without reason. Each new resource or ally is a reflection of the growth you've undergone. Just as a student doesn't earn their diploma without years of hard work and study, the chosen one doesn't receive these rewards without having first proven their commitment to the journey. They come because you have shown that you are ready to handle what's next. Each gift, each mentor, and each opportunity is a reflection of the energy you've put into the test, an acknowledgement of your perseverance. In this process, the universe aligns itself with your growth, revealing exactly what you need to move forward. These resources and allies are not just given to you for the sake of convenience. They are part of the divine orchestration of your journey. They are the support structures that ensure you're never alone, even when you feel as though you are. When you begin to notice them, you realize that life has been working behind the scenes, subtly guiding you toward the right people, the right moments, and the right opportunities all along. They are the universe's way of confirming that you are on the right path and that you have everything you need to continue forward with strength and confidence. The process of the test teaches you that nothing is truly random. Every challenge, every obstacle, and every success has a purpose. When you look back, you will see that these tools and allies were always waiting for you to discover them, and they appeared when the time was right, when you had earned them through your unwavering commitment to the test. Why chosen ones? often doubt. Their path, self-doubt, is an unexpected companion on the journey of the chosen one. Even after all the hard work, growth, and perseverance, there remains a psychological tug-of-war between the progress made and the lingering sense of unworthiness. It is a silent whisper, a voice that asks, "Are you truly deserving of this success? Are you sure this path is meant for you?" This doubt can be both subtle and overwhelming, a cloud that follows you even on sunny days. It's as though you've climbed a mountain, but when you reach the peak, you look around and wonder, is this really where I'm supposed to be? The higher you go, the more expansive the view, yet the more you question whether you belong there at all. This feeling of self-doubt isn't about a lack of progress or achievement. In fact, it often arises precisely because of the growth and transformation the chosen one has undergone. As you evolve and rise to new heights, you begin to encounter a version of yourself that feels unfamiliar, like putting on clothes that no longer fit. It's not that the person you have become is wrong, but rather that you haven't yet fully accepted this new version of yourself. The inner conflict emerges because you are still holding on to the old self, the one who was unsure and uncertain. The new you, the one who has passed the test and grown stronger, doesn't always seem to align with the image of who you thought you were. It's like walking into a room that no longer feels like it belongs to you. There's a sense of discomfort because you've outgrown it, but the space still feels like home. Despite the obvious progress, there is a tendency to feel unworthy, as though the rewards, opportunities, and recognition are somehow accidental or undeserved. This is where imposter syndrome creeps in, an overwhelming sense that you don't truly deserve the success you've achieved. Even when the evidence of your hard work is clear to everyone around you, the voice inside continues to question, what if they find out I'm not really capable? What if they discover I don't have the answers? This is a psychological pattern that makes the chosen one feel like a fraud in their own life, as though they've been playing a part in a story that's not really theirs. The journey that should feel like a triumph is clouded by the fear that somehow it was all a mistake, that your growth and transformation are just a fluke, not the result of your own effort. One of the primary reasons for this doubt is the nature of the test itself. The challenges faced by the chosen one are often so personal, so deeply transformative, that it's hard to believe that you've truly earned the progress. When you've been through a series of trials that forced you to confront your deepest fears, flaws, and vulnerabilities, the natural instinct is to downplay your achievements. You've been pushed to the edge and have had to dig deep to overcome obstacles, but it's easy to forget that those moments of struggle were necessary for your growth. This is because the test doesn't always look like success from the outside. The inner journey, the one that shapes your character and expands your capacity, isn't always visible to others. It's like learning to play an instrument. The hours of practice and the mistakes made along the way aren't seen by others, but they are crucial to mastering the music. So how can the chosen one overcome this doubt and fully claim their role? The first step is to acknowledge that self-doubt is a natural part of the process. Just like any significant growth or transformation, stepping into your full potential can feel overwhelming and disorienting. The more you grow, the more you might feel like an imposter in your own life. But the key is to recognize that this feeling does not define you. It is simply a sign that you are growing into a new version of yourself, and that discomfort is part of the process. One of the strategies to overcome imposter syndrome is to focus on the evidence of your growth. When doubt arises, take a step back and look at how far you've come. Review the milestones, the small victories, and the lessons learned along the way. Just like a sculptor chipping away at a block of stone, you've been shaping yourself, and those chips are visible, even if they're not always immediately obvious to you. Writing down your achievements, reflecting on your journey, or speaking with someone who has witnessed your growth can help you see the progress you may be overlooking. It's like looking at a photo of yourself from a few years ago and realizing how much you've changed, even though it wasn't immediately noticeable at the time. Another effective approach is to practice self-compassion. The chosen one often holds themselves to impossibly high standards, expecting perfection in every step. But growth isn't linear, and mistakes are part of the process. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend. When you make mistakes, instead of berating yourself, try to see them as part of the learning process. Acknowledge your achievements without minimizing them, and embrace your flaws as part of the human experience. It's like caring for a plant. You don't criticize it for growing slowly or for having a few yellow leaves. Instead, you nurture it, understanding that growth takes time and patience. Finally, learning to trust your intuition and your instincts can help you step into your role with confidence. Your inner voice, the one that has guided you through the test, is a reliable source of wisdom. Trusting yourself is a powerful antidote to self-doubt. When you feel uncertain, take a moment to center yourself and listen to that inner voice. It's like navigating through a dense fog. When you trust your compass, you know that the right path will reveal itself. Overcoming the feeling of being an imposter is not about eliminating doubt entirely, but rather about embracing it as part of the growth process. As you continue to step into your role, you'll learn to trust yourself more, and with each step, the doubt will lose its power. Your journey is yours to claim, and no one else can define your worth but you. What happens when you step fully into your role? When you step fully into your role, there is an undeniable shift that takes place. It's like the moment a runner who has been training for years finally hears the starting gun and takes off with everything they've got. Up until this point, you've been moving through a period of testing, growth, and struggle, much like an apprentice learning their craft. But once you embrace your role, you step into a new phase, one where your purpose isn't something you're merely preparing for anymore, but something you actively fulfill. The transition is a profound one, as if you've been living in a rehearsal for a show, and now it's time to step onto the stage for the real performance. The world feels different, more vibrant, and full of possibility, as if the universe has been waiting for you to finally show up. The act of stepping fully into your role brings with it a certain fluidity in life. Challenges that once felt insurmountable become just another part of the flow. It's like trying to row a boat upstream against a powerful current, only to suddenly find that the waters have parted and you can move with ease. When you embrace your mission with clarity and confidence, the barriers that once seemed so difficult to overcome begin to fade, and things fall into place with a natural ease. Opportunities seem to align effortlessly, almost as if they are waiting for you to catch up to them. New doors open at just the right moment, and paths that were once hidden from view suddenly become clear. It's as though the world is reflecting your commitment back to you, presenting exactly what you need when you need it. The struggle shifts from fighting for progress to gracefully moving forward, guided by an invisible current that knows exactly where you are headed. As you step into your full purpose, you also begin to notice how your energy starts to influence those around you. Just like a magnet pulls metal objects towards it, your presence begins to draw others who resonate with your energy and message. People start to notice you in a way that's different from before, not because you are trying to attract attention, but because your alignment with your purpose is magnetic. This influence goes beyond just surface-level interactions. It's the kind of influence that sparks change in others, encouraging them to see their own potential and to rise to their own challenges. You might not always be aware of the impact you're having, but your presence alone becomes a source of inspiration for those who cross your path. The chosen one's role isn't limited to simply accomplishing tasks or achieving personal success. It extends to a greater impact on the collective. Once you step into your mission, you naturally inspire others through your actions, your authenticity, and your willingness to embrace your truth. Just as a tree that stands tall and strong offers shelter and shade to those beneath it, you provide support, guidance, and strength to others. You become a beacon that shows others it's possible to live with purpose and authenticity. This ripple effect extends far beyond the immediate circle of people you interact with, touching lives in ways you may never fully realize. Your commitment to your mission serves as an example, a living testament to what it looks like to follow one's true calling. The more you step into your role, the more you realize that your journey isn't just about you. It's about the people you inspire, the lessons you impart, and the lives you touch along the way. Your purpose evolves from a personal quest to a collective one. Just as a single raindrop contributes to a larger storm, your individual actions create a ripple that spreads across the world. The more aligned you are with your purpose, the more effortlessly you can contribute to the greater good. Opportunities to connect with others, to share wisdom, and to support those who are also on their own journeys begin to present themselves. You begin to see how everything is interconnected, how your role is part of a larger web of purpose and energy that stretches beyond your own understanding. Embracing your role fully doesn't mean that challenges stop coming your way, but it does mean that you meet them with a new sense of resolve. You face difficulties with a deeper understanding of their purpose in your growth, knowing that they are not obstacles to your mission, but stepping stones to a greater version of yourself. As you continue to step into your power, you become less affected by the doubts and fears that once held you back. Instead, you find strength in your purpose, which acts as a steady foundation beneath you, no matter what external challenges arise. Your mission becomes a source of unwavering support, providing you with the clarity and energy to keep moving forward, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. When you embrace your purpose, you not only align with your own highest potential, but you also awaken something in others. It's like a flame that ignites other flames, spreading light in places that were once dark. You inspire others to take their own steps towards fulfilling their roles, showing them what is possible when they align with their true path. This influence is powerful because it is authentic. It's the natural result of you stepping fully into who you are meant to be. By living your purpose, you help others remember their own, creating a chain of inspiration that has the power to change the world in subtle but profound ways.